Welcome everyone to the animation tutorial for Battlefield 2. Pictured here is the animation setup that I will provide on the Project Reality community modding forums. This is a fairly basic setup that I received from another animator some time ago. He has kindly managed to rig the Battlefield 2 first-person arms onto the skeleton. So that helps you a lot when you're trying to pose your arms and also finding collisions and clipping. Anyway, one thing you should notice is that there is a first-person camera setup. This camera is set to what you would normally to approximately what you would see for a first-person animation. And just to let people know, this is only for the first person, not for the third-person animations. Okay, so to begin with, we need to set up IK, which is called inverse kinetics. You would need to select your wrist. From here, this is the left wrist, and under the animation menu bar, under IK solver, select high solver, and that will create a dotted line. Connect that with this particular bone, which is called the left arm or L arm, and that will create a join in between your left arm and your wrist. Now that you have this IK setup, you can manipulate the arm just by moving this IK chain controller, like so. Now the downside of that is that you can't actually manipulate any of these bones aside from this left collarbone, because this isn't actually part of the IK setup. As you can see, it's on the outside of it. From here, you can also manipulate the wrist, and that is very important when you're trying to animate. Oh, and also before I move on, bear in mind that your units have to be in meters. So just to make sure, on the unit setup, on customize, set it to metric, meters, system unit setup. 1 unit equals 0.1 meters. Keep all these settings. This will help you get correct proportions and scaling when you're importing Battlefield 2 meshes to animate with. Now we'll just set up the other IK. So select the other wrist, animation, IK solvers, high solver, and the right arm now. And there we go. Now you can reduce the size of these crosshairs by going to this little bar here under the motion. Goal display size, take it down to 1. That's probably the most comfortable size. Yeah. And now you have a basic setup. Bear in mind that you can't. It's advisable that you do not move bones, because that will create all these funky distortions. Rather, simply rotate them. Then this concludes the first part of the tutorial.